Is friendship stronger than death? This question was tested in Muhammad Ali's final days, June 2016. Ali dying. In the last 48 hours, he keeps saying one name, Joe Frazier. But Joe died in 2011. Ali's Parkinson's dementia made him forget this, and Ali's final request is devastating. Bring Joe here. I need to tell him something. Family heartbroken, friend already gone. But that night at the hospital, something happens that proves friendship is stronger than death. Phoenix, Arizona. St. Joseph's Hospital. June 2nd, 2016. Thursday evening, 7:30 p.m. Muhammad Ali's hospital room is quiet but heavy. Respiratory failure complications. 74 years old. The greatest, now barely breathing. Parkinson's disease has slowly destroyed his body for 32 years, but his mind is sometimes clear, sometimes foggy. The family is gathered in the room. Lonnie Ali, his fourth wife, married 25 years. She sits beside the bed, holding Ali's hand. Layla Ali, his daughter, boxing champion herself, standing in the corner. Rashida Ali, another daughter, looking outside the window. Muhammad Ali Jr., his son, sitting silent in a chair. Mariam Ali, eldest daughter, praying quietly. The atmosphere is heavy with sadness but also celebration. This is Muhammad Ali, the man who shook up the world. Three-time heavyweight champion, civil rights icon, global legend, now dying, but even in death, still teaching lessons. Dr. Abraham Lieberman, Parkinson's specialist, enters the room, updates the family quietly, condition deteriorating, respiratory system failing, maybe hours, maybe days. The family is prepared emotionally but never actually ready. 9 p.m. Ali stirring slightly, eyes opening, trying to focus, his mouth moving, trying to speak. Parkinson's made speech difficult years ago, but there's something he wants to say. Lonnie leans closer. Joe, Ali whispers, barely audible. Joe. Lonnie is confused. Who, Muhammad? Joe, Frazier. The words are slurred but clear enough. The family looks at each other. Joe Frazier died in November 2011. Liver cancer. Ali attended the funeral, spoke at the service, but Ali's dementia sometimes erases recent memories while preserving old ones. Muhammad, Lonnie says gently, Joe passed away. Ali becomes agitated. No, Joe, call Joe. Getting upset. Need to see Joe. Layla approaches. Dad, Joe's been gone for years. Ali looks around, confused but insistent. Joe coming? Need Joe here. The family is heartbroken. Ali's mind is caught between past and present, remembering friendship but forgetting death. What do you tell a dying man whose last wish is impossible? At this point, Ali's family has to make a decision that will prove the power of friendship forever. Hit that like button because what happened that night at the hospital is humanity's most beautiful example. 10:15 p.m. The family huddles outside the room, whispered discussion. How to handle Ali's request? Tell the truth and break his heart? Or find another way? Lonnie is the decision-maker. He needs peace. His last days should be peaceful. Layla agrees. But he keeps asking for Joe, Rashida suggests. Maybe we tell him Joe's coming? Muhammad Jr. shakes his head. That's lying to a dying man. Miriam speaks quietly. Maybe truth doesn't matter now. Maybe love matters. Deep discussion. What's right? Honesty or comfort? Reality or peace? 11 p.m. Ali is awake again. Lonnie. I'm here, Muhammad. Joe coming? Lonnie hesitates, then makes a decision that changes everything. Muhammad, let me tell you about Joe. Ali listens intently. Joe loved you, even when you hurt each other, even when you said mean things. Joe always loved you. Ali's eyes brighten. Joe, my friend. Yes, your best friend. Your greatest rival who became your greatest friend. Ali smiles weakly. Manila? Yes, Manila. You both nearly died for each other in Manila. That's not fighting. That's love. Ali nods, understanding something deeper. Lonnie continues. Joe's watching over you, Muhammad. Joe's spirit is here. Joe here? Joe's always been here, in your heart, in your memories, in your legacy. Ali is peaceful now. Tell Joe, sorry. Lonnie is crying. He knows, Muhammad. Joe forgives everything. Tell Joe. Love. He knows that too. Midnight. The family takes turns sitting with Ali, each sharing Joe Frazier memories, stories Ali may or may not remember, but stories that honor friendship. Layla tells about Joe visiting when Ali's Parkinson's got worse, how Joe would sit quietly, just being present when Ali couldn't speak. Rashida remembers Joe at family gatherings, how he treated Ali's children like his own nieces and nephews. Miriam recalls Joe defending Ali when critics said he was finished. Muhammad Ali is never finished, Joe would say. Each story makes Ali smile. Sometimes he responds, sometimes he just listens, but he's always peaceful when they talk about Joe. 2 a.m. Ali wakes again. Where Joe? This time, there's a different response from the family. They've decided on a new approach. Joe's here, Dad, Layla says. Ali looks around. Where? In the love in this room, in the friendship that never died, in the respect that survived everything. Ali considers this. Parkinson's has slowed his thinking, but something clicks. Joe? In heart? Yes, Dad. Joe lives in your heart. Joe lives in everyone who saw your friendship. Joe lives in the lesson you taught the world. Ali reaches toward the empty space beside his bed, as if touching someone invisible. Joe? Lonnie plays along. Joe's right there, Muhammad. He came to see you. Ali talks to the empty space. Joe, I sorry. Manila too hard. I hurt you. The family watches, tears streaming. Ali is having a conversation with memory, with spirit, with love that transcends death. Joe forgive me? Lonnie answers for the invisible Joe. Joe says he forgave you years ago. Joe says Manila made you both stronger. Ali is crying now. Relief floods his face. Thank you, Joe. Joe says thank you too, Muhammad, for making him a better man, for being a worthy opponent, for becoming a true friend. Ali laughs softly. We good? You're more than good, Muhammad. You're brothers, forever brothers. Ali is peaceful. For the first time in days, completely peaceful. Hit subscribe because what happened that night at the hospital is the most beautiful proof that friendship is stronger than death, and the lesson all humanity needs to learn. 3:30 a.m. Ali is sleeping peacefully. The family is exhausted but amazed. Playing along with Ali's belief that Joe was present brought peace they hadn't seen in weeks. Dr. Lieberman checks vitals. His stress levels have decreased significantly. Heart rate is more stable. Whatever you're doing, it's helping. Lonnie explains quietly. The family's decision to honor Ali's need for Joe's presence, even if only spiritual. The doctor nods. Sometimes comfort is more important than reality. You gave him what he needed most. June 3rd, 2016. Friday morning, 6 a.m. Ali's breathing is shallower. The family gathers again. Time is getting short. Ali opens his eyes, looks around the room. Joe still here? Joe's always here, Muhammad. Good. Ali closes his eyes. Tell Joe. See him soon. Joe will be waiting for you. Ali smiles. First thing, want to thank Joe. What for? Making me better man. 9:15 p.m. June 3rd, 2016. Muhammad Ali dies peacefully. His family surrounds him. His last words are barely audible. Joe, waiting. Funeral planning begins. Lonnie insists on something. A Joe Frazier tribute must be part of the service. Even though Joe died 5 years earlier, his spirit was present in Ali's final days. June 10th, 2016, Louisville, Muhammad Ali Memorial Service, 15,000 people. Presidents, celebrities, athletes, ordinary fans. The world saying goodbye to the greatest. Lonnie speaks. She mentions Ali's final days, how he kept asking for Joe Frazier, how the family honored that request, how Joe's friendship gave Ali peace in his final hours. Muhammad taught us that love transcends death, that friendship survives everything, that rivals can become brothers, that forgiveness heals all wounds. Standing ovation. 15,000 people honoring not just Ali, but the friendship that defined both men. After the service, Marvis Frazier, Joe's son, approaches Lonnie. "Thank you," he says. "For what?" "For letting my father be with Muhammad at the end. Dad would have wanted that." Lonnie is crying. "Joe was there. I felt his presence. Dad never stopped loving Muhammad, even when it hurt, especially when it hurt. Muhammad never stopped loving Joe either." Marvis nods. They're together now. No more fighting, no more rivalry, just friendship. Dr. Patricia Williams, grief counselor who worked with the Ali family. What happened in Muhammad's final days represents ultimate transcendence. The family chose love over literal truth, comfort over harsh reality. Muhammad's dementia created an impossible situation. He needed his friend who was already gone. The family could have caused distress by insisting on reality. Instead, they honored love. By allowing the spiritual presence of Joe Frazier, they gave Muhammad what every dying person needs: connection, forgiveness, peace. Modern psychology calls this therapeutic storytelling. When reality is too painful, sometimes love requires a different truth. Share in the comments. Is friendship stronger than death? Do you feel the spirits of your loved ones beside you? Weeks after the funeral, stories emerge from Ali's final days. Nurses noticed something unusual. Ali's vital signs stabilized whenever the family spoke about Joe Frazier. Blood pressure normalized, heart rate steadied, breathing improved. Medical explanation: comfort reduces stress, which improves physiological function. Emotional explanation: love heals, even from beyond. Nurse Jennifer Martinez: I've worked with dying patients for 20 years. Never seen anything like Muhammad Ali's response to talking about his friend. His whole body relaxed when they mentioned Joe. The family created a beautiful illusion that Joe was present. Maybe it was an illusion, maybe it wasn't, but it brought peace to a man who needed peace. 6 months later, Lonnie visits Joe Frazier's grave in Philadelphia, bringing flowers, leaving a note. "Thank you for being with Muhammad at the end. Thank you for loving him through everything. Thank you for showing the world what friendship means." The note blows away in the wind. Lonnie smiles. Joe got the message. 2017. A documentary filmmaker interviews the Ali family about the final days, asks about Joe Frazier's presence. Layla Ali: Was Joe really there? I don't know. Did Dad need him to be there? Absolutely. Did we honor that need? Yes. Would we do it again? Without question. My father taught me that truth has many forms. Reality is one form. Love is another form. Sometimes love-truth is more important than literal truth. Rashida Ali: People ask if we lied to a dying man. We didn't lie. We provided comfort. We honored his heart's need. We gave him peace. Joe Frazier lived in my father's heart for 40 years. In those final days, Joe lived in all our hearts. That's not deception. That's love. Modern debate. Should families lie to dying patients or honor emotional needs over literal truth? Dr. Sarah Henderson, Medical Ethics. The Ali case creates interesting questions. The family chose comfort over accuracy, therapeutic presence over literal presence. From a medical standpoint, they succeeded. Ali died peacefully. From an ethical standpoint, they honored his dignity. From a spiritual standpoint, they facilitated transcendence. 3 years later, 2019. Marvis Frazier is speaking at a boxing event. Asked about Ali's death. Muhammad spent his last days asking for my father. That tells you everything about their friendship. Through all the fights, all the words, all the pain, love survived. My father died in 2011, but he was with Muhammad in 2016. Love doesn't die. Friendship doesn't die. Brothers don't die. Joe Frazier III, Joe's grandson. Grandpa Joe always said Muhammad made him a better fighter and better man. When Muhammad needed Joe at the end, Joe was there. Death can't break bonds like that. The legacy continues. The Ali Frazier friendship is studied in psychology courses. Example of rivals becoming brothers. Example of love transcending death. Example of family choosing comfort over cruel reality. Subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss these friendship transcendence stories. Eternal love stories await you. Question for the modern world. What is truth when someone is dying? Is it facts or is it comfort? Is it reality or is it love? The Ali family chose love, chose comfort, chose to honor friendship even in death. And Muhammad Ali died peacefully, believing his best friend was beside him. Joe Frazier died November 7, 2011. Muhammad Ali died June 3, 2016. But their friendship transcended both dates. Love survived. Brotherhood endured. Legacy eternal. Is friendship stronger than death? Ali's final days proved yes. Absolutely yes. When love is real, death is temporary separation, not permanent ending. When friendship is genuine, graves cannot contain it. When brotherhood is true, time cannot erase it. That's what Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier taught the world. Not with words, but with a final gesture. Not through speeches, but through presence. Not in life only, but in death as well. Two men who hurt each other became two men who healed each other. Two men who fought each other became two men who loved each other. Two men who seemed opposite became two men who were inseparable. Even death could not part them. Ali's last request, call Joe. Family's response, Joe's here, Muhammad. Ali's peace, complete. That's the power of love. That's the strength of friendship. That's the beauty of human connection that transcends physical existence. Joe came to Muhammad at the end, not in body, but in spirit, not in flesh, but in love, not in life, but in eternity. And Muhammad died peacefully, knowing his friend was waiting. That's friendship. That's brotherhood. That's love that conquers death, forever and always.